Alex Chen stood in the crystalline throne room of the Zathori flagship, acutely aware that his survival suit was the only thing between him and the void. The diplomatic mission had gone sideways 3 hours ago, and now he faced Queen Velmar, whose chitinous exoskeleton gleamed like polished obsidian under the purple light of the ship's bioluminescent ceiling. "You will marry my daughter and give me strong grandchildren, human," the Queen commanded, her mandibles clicking with finality. Alex blinked. In his 15 years as a contact specialist for the Terran Embassy Corps, he'd negotiated mining rights, prevented 3 wars, and once talked his way out of being served as a delicacy on Proxima 7th. But this was new. "Your Majesty," Alex began carefully, "I'm honored, but perhaps we should discuss the cultural implications." "There is nothing to discuss," Queen Velmar interrupted, rising from her throne. She stood nearly 8 feet tall, her 4 arms spreading wide in a gesture that Alex's translator chip interpreted as absolute certainty. "I have observed your species for 3 cycles now. Humans are weak individually, yes, fragile, short-lived, but together?" Her compound eyes seemed to gleam. "Together, you are relentless." Princess Jennifer, the name was approximate, filtered through the translator as the closest human phonetic equivalent, stepped forward from behind a pillar. Unlike her mother's warrior caste build, she possessed the sleeker form of the Zathori scholar class. Her carapace bore intricate patterns that denoted scientific achievement, and her secondary arms held a holographic datapad. "Mother, please," Jennifer said, her voice carrying a musical quality that surprised Alex. "You're frightening him." "Humans don't frighten easily," the Queen countered. "That's precisely why we need them." Alex raised his hands in what he hoped was a universal gesture of pause. "Need us for what?" Queen Velmar's posture shifted, and suddenly the imposing monarch seemed to carry a terrible weight. "The Zathori Empire spans 200 star systems, human. We are ancient, powerful, advanced." She paused. "And dying." Jennifer approached, her movements graceful despite her alien physiology. "Our genetic diversity has stagnated," she explained, her scientist's mind evident in the precise way she communicated. "Millennia of controlled breeding programs have optimized us for specific roles, but we've lost something crucial: adaptability. When the Crimson Plague swept through our worlds 5 years ago, we had no natural immunity. We had to engineer a cure from scratch. 12 billion died before we succeeded." "I'm sorry," Alex said genuinely, "but I still don't understand what this has to do with—" "You survived a Class 4 neurotoxin exposure on Kepler 442b, the Queen stated flatly. "I read the report. The toxin should have killed you in minutes. Instead, you were sick for 3 days and recovered." "I got lucky," Alex protested. "No," Jennifer said, moving closer. Her compound eyes studied him with scientific fascination. "Your immune system adapted. It learned. It conquered." She gestured with her primary right hand. "Humans have survived ice ages, plagues, extinction events. You're not the strongest species, or the fastest, or the longest lived. But you adapt, you endure, you overcome. The Zathori have achieved perfection through design," Queen Velmar continued. "But perfection is inflexible. It cannot change, cannot grow. We have studied Earth's history, your endless adaptations, your genetic chaos, your beautiful messy diversity. This is what we lack." Alex felt the weight of what they were proposing settling on his shoulders. "You want to hybridize your species with humanity." "Not just hybridize," Jennifer corrected. "Partner with, learn from. My mother's decree sounds primitive to your ears, I'm sure, but it comes from desperation." She turned to face him fully. "I've studied human biology for 2 years, Mr. Chen. I've watched your people colonize worlds that would kill most species. I've seen construction workers shrug off radiation that would sterilize Zathori warriors. I've observed human children recover from injuries that would be fatal to our young. You want humanity's resilience, Alex said slowly. We want humanity's future, Queen Velmar replied. The galaxy is changing, becoming more hostile. New threats emerge, old enemies adapt. The Zathori Empire, for all its might, cannot evolve fast enough to meet what's coming. She folded her forearms. But humans can. Humans always have. Jennifer set down her data pad. I know this is overwhelming. I know our customs are different. But please understand, this isn't just about continuing bloodlines, it's about survival. For both our species. Alex looked between the queen and the princess, his mind racing through the implications. The Terran government would go ballistic. The xenophobic factions would have a field day. The religious debates alone would rage for decades. But he thought about the reports he'd read. The Zathori had saved 3 human colonies from the Void Leviathans last year, losing 2,000 warriors in the process. They'd shared their faster-than-light technology freely. They'd offered defensive pacts, cultural exchanges, scientific partnerships, and now they were asking for something that money and treaties couldn't buy. They were asking for hope. I can't speak for humanity, Alex said finally, but I can contact Earth, open a dialogue. There are scientists, volunteers, people who would understand what you're trying to accomplish. Queen Velmar's mandibles clicked in what his translator suggested was approval. You are a clever human, Alex Chen. This is why I chose you. Jennifer made a sound that approximated human laughter. Mother, you can't just choose. I am queen, Velmar interrupted, but I am also practical. Very well, human. Contact your world. Begin your dialogues. But know this, her voice took on steel. The Zathori do not make requests lightly. One way or another, our species will share a future. The only question is whether we forge it together as partners or stumble into it as strangers. Alex activated his communicator, already composing the message that would change 2 civilizations forever. In the background, he heard Jennifer explaining something about genetic compatibility studies, her enthusiasm as a scientist bleeding through her formal demeanor. Humans, yeah, Alex thought. Even when we're not trying, we're everyone's backup plan for the apocalypse.